You started off in industrial banking and then moved to audit with the big four firms, big five then. So, what is audit for you?
What is audit for me? Well, it's quite a few things. I mean, the pluses and minuses, right, with every experience that you have.
Hmm.
So I spent about 6 years in audit between, say, 1997 and 2003.
Okay.
And I worked in KPMG, I worked in Anderson and Ernst & Young, both in India, in Oman, and in Dubai. So quite a few interesting things that comes to mind, right? First of all, the positives. The positive is that, you work in different industries. And every industry was different. So there was some variety.
Hmm.
Also, I like to get know more about different businesses, business drivers, the risks, the competition. That again, that sort of added to your knowledge, made you more interested in things.
Hmm.
There was a small element of financial analysis as well, right, in auditing,
Yeah.
especially when you do the analytical review,
Mhm.
where you link the numbers to the business reality. You explain why revenue or profits have gone up or gone down, right? And of course, the human connection was very important. I like connecting with the clients. Many of them were engaging and quite insightful, the guys who I met during the audits. And of course, once you got past the initial challenge of understanding the client, right, things were much faster and smoother, and you could look deeper. I mean, you could specialize, you could add value to the client. So I ended up specializing in the audit of five-star hotels, Intercontinental, Radissons, Hiltons. And so it got the better you knew the systems and the client and the business, the smoother and faster the audit, and you could go deeper beyond the normal tick box process oriented audits.
Yeah.
So those were the positives. Negatives, of course, and I think you've seen me mentioning that on LinkedIn or social
Yeah.
media as well,
Yeah.
quite a few times, and I'm not going to pull my punches when I talk about the negatives.
Yeah.
Look, there is, first of all, there's a massive conflict of interest, right? Auditors are being paid by the same entity that they are auditing.
Yeah.
So as you can imagine, they are they're not going to be able to expose frauds or errors. And as a result, if you look at the past 30 years, very few accounting scandals have been unearthed by auditors. They're probably unearthed by whistleblowers or journalists or something like that, right?
That's true.
So whether it's Enron or WorldCom or whatever, right? Or Satyam in India, for example. Uh, the second issue, which actually affected us as auditors individually, was the extremely tight and very unrealistic deadlines that you had to follow in audit. And that is because of the fact the audit firm used to bid for audits with very low fees to win the audit. And also because of year-end work, right? When I say year-end, not really the interim audits towards the not the audits before the end of the year, but the audits after the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you have to go in and quickly look at the numbers because the management is in a tearing hurry to get the annual report out and to hold AGM and declare dividend, blah, blah, blah. But then a lot of unrealistic pressure was on the auditors. The third negative that's inherent in audit work was because of this unrealistic deadlines, you could only do superficial work a lot of the time. So what does that mean? That means absurdly low sample sizes, shallow reviews of transactions, very hasty discussions among the audit team or with clients on key issues, which should have been discussed further ideally. And of course, audit has become a commodity. It's become a loss leader, right? Big four firms, other audit firms, they deliberately price audits low to get consulting work advisory, which is more lucrative. And you all know this, right? And of course, in audit, it's just the very nature of audit, I think. Doesn't matter whether it is in the Middle East or the US or India. The business model is very, how do you say, dysfunctional in a way, because, I mean, it's a combination of sweatshop and turnstile. I say that, right? Because no one is expected to last there for long or rise up too much, right? As a result, no one really goes in, unlike other firms or other companies, no one really goes in hoping to be a partner or a director or a principal. I mean, they all go there to get the chapa and to get some experience and to meet people, and then they jump to a client like I did, or they go to some other sector. And of course, the worst part I found about audit, I think you have often, not always, often terrible managers and partners. And I mean that when I say terrible, let me be specific. They are quite often very shallow and incompetent, and they're quite often very insecure. And at least in my experience, of course, I can only speak from my experience, quite arrogant as well, because, chartered accountant or CPA, they've made it that level. They just need to delegate and supervise. And of course, I've worked with some brilliant audit managers who ended up being mentors as well. But at least in the Middle East, the quality of management staff in the Big Four leaves a lot to be desired. So that is my take on the positives and negatives of audit. But it's interesting what you asked me about what do I think of audit. So I think audit is a good, beginning for anyone starting a career, even planning a career in even financial services, because it gives you a very good feeling of the nuts and bolts of how the accounting system works, right?
That's true.
And you get a very good feel of the process, what goes in, what goes out, what could go wrong, disclosures, financial reporting standards. So if you really are diligent and interested, it's a fantastic foundation for things you do later in life. But again, it depends on how much you want to take out of it.
Yeah. That's true. That was like a very precise answer that you gave with all the positives and the negatives. So